Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you the top 10 things to do during your stay in Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik has a very long history dating all the way back to the 7th century AD, and the city is full of museums that give you a small slice of this very long history. Some of the best ones that we visited were the Maritime Museum, the Archaeological Museum and Rector's Palace, and they're all located within a few minutes walk of each other. To get the best value for your money, I'd recommend getting the Dubrovnik card, which allows you to access all of these museums and a few more activities. There's a day pass, a 3-day pass, and a 5-day pass, and if you're interested in getting one, I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. Blockroom Island is located just off the shore of the city, and you could easily spend most of your day here. You can visit the stunning botanical gardens, the many rocky beaches surrounding the island, and their own version of the Dead Sea, a lake located in the southern part of the island that's very popular with tourists, and I have to say it's a great spot to relax and go for a swim. You can also get an amazing view of the city from the fort located on the highest point of the island. The boat leaves every 30 minutes and costs around €25 for a round ticket. In my opinion, it's well worth the visit. If you love being on or in the water, then a boat trip to the surrounding islands is a must for you. We went on the Blue Cave tour. It was roughly 5 hours of going to various diving spots and beaches on the islands surrounding the city, and it had some of the clearest water I've ever seen. Seriously, I felt like I could reach in and touch the bottom even though some spots were over 5 meters deep. We finished off in the Blue Caves, which are absolutely breathtaking. The way the light shines into these caves makes the water look extremely blue, and this light shines onto the ceiling as well. It was such a good experience, and I'd recommend it for anybody going to Dubrovnik. The Franciscan Church and Monastery is located on the Stradon, just inside Pila Gate. Construction began in 1317 and took centuries to finish. Inside, there's a little garden and a museum just opposite it. It's a very good spot for some photos for Instagram. Fun fact, one of the oldest pharmacies in the world is located here. It dates back to 1317 and is still in use as a pharmacy today. Due to its location, day trips to surrounding countries are very easy from Dubrovnik. You can visit places like the Bay of Kotor in Montenegro or Kravica Falls in Mostar in Bosnia and Herzegovina. We did the Kravica Falls and Mostar trip one of the days, and it was a great trip. It was a fantastic way to see another country that otherwise we probably would not have visited. The trip cost around €50 per person, and I would definitely recommend it. I'm making an in-depth video about that trip, so if you'd like to see it, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you know when I post it. If you want a spectacular view of the city, then a walk along the walls is an absolute must. From there, it feels like stepping back in time, seeing the city from a different perspective. We went up around 2 hours before sunset, and I have to say, the light was beautiful and it made the city look even more spectacular. The walk took us about 2 hours, and we spent most of that time just admiring the view of the city and the surrounding islands. There were places to stop for some snacks and drinks, but just so you're aware that most of them are cash only. And I should also mention, you can get in using your Dubrovnik pass. It's no secret that parts of Game of Thrones were filmed in Dubrovnik, and if you're a fan of the show, seeing these places in real life is a cool experience. There are plenty of guided tours, but honestly, the places are so recognisable that you could stumble across them and know what scene that they were in. There's also plenty of shops around the city selling Game of Thrones memorabilia. A few of my favourite places was the Jesuit Stairs, Polcha Gate, the inside of Rector's Palace, and St. Dominic Street. Dubrovnik is a very picturesque city. All the streets are narrow and they have a different feel to them. Some streets are purely cafes and restaurants, and others can be shops. Each street feels like its own place, and it's very cool to take pictures just around the old city. Plus, it's more to show off to your friends and family back home. On the west side of the old town, you'll find a little hole in the wall that takes you to the edge of the cliff. Here you'll find one of the best cliff jumping spots in the city. There are two main jumping spots. I decided to go off the taller one first because it looked fun, and it was such an adrenaline rush. I spent the rest of the time there jumping off the shorter one, and it was still great fun. If you don't fancy jumping off, there are steps leading down to the water, and if you don't fancy getting in the water at all, there's a bar there where you can relax. I've saved the best for last. Mount Surt is located right beside the old town. Take the short cable car ride up to the top for the best view of the city. One of the days we went ziplining at the top of the mountain and the views were amazing. And on our last day we went back up during sunset, and it was one of the best sunsets I've ever seen in my life. It's an absolute must do. There's also a restaurant located just beside the bar, and it offers great food with a spectacular view. And there you have it, 10 must things do in Dubrovnik. If you liked the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.